Okay, okay. BM go longer than gig. Taking it big. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. I don't be buying that hype. These those to be rapping snakes. You know we live by the code. Alright, y'all. We're back at it. Welcome to another episode of God Live Jam Session. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a happy Tuesday in Texas. Thank y'all so much for joining me on another episode of God Live. I'm so excited about what we're going to talk about today because this conversation has been making waves all throughout Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. I've been having conversations about it in person, and it is just really, really interesting what's going on right now in the world of work life. A lot of interesting things have been happening, and I'm sure you all been paying attention to some of it as well. The biggest thing that I want us to talk about right now today, and we haven't really talked about this in past episodes, is this idea of the Great Resignation. Yep. Have y'all heard about this? The Great Resignation, as in people are not retiring. I'm sorry. I was about to say retire. They're resigning. They're quitting their jobs in droves due to a variety of different things, not just only maybe the pandemic becoming old to them or whatever, but it's also because they just believe that they have better opportunities to work. Right. And then this Great Resignation is also overlapping and in parallel to something that we've talked about in the past, which is the rise in the independent workforce, actually. So I'm really fascinated by this idea of the Great Resignation. Really, really fascinated about it. And, I wanted to kind of do my research. And I also wanted to bring up the article that really caused me to want to talk about this with you all. And it's an article by The Guardian, which is a publication that's been around for 200 years, which is kind of wild. I'll share a link to the article in the comments so we can all have a conversation about it, and you all can check it out on your own time. What's really interesting about what they're saying is that this is a once in a generation, take this job and shove it moment, which workers currently have the upper hand, and they're demanding better hours, pay, and work-life balance. I find this incredibly fascinating because the honest truth is that this has been a pretty much a norm for a long time now. So shout out to the LinkedIn user who I do not know who it is, but they are asking what is up with the yin yang symbol. It is balance, and it's actually my old logo as well. I actually don't use that logo anymore. I have a new one, but it's essentially balance and nuance. Yin is happiness, yang is sadness, balance for those who are interested, or vice versa, essentially. So that is the yin yang symbol. Thank you for asking. But going back to our topic, I think it's so fascinating. So someone is saying, personally, I need childcare. That's so true. That's another part of it. This is a part of the Great Resignation. It's another reason why people are leaving because they don't have adequate childcare. And what's so powerful is that I recently actually invested, and I'm working with the founder who is building a platform for this. So shout out Sitabit, which is the platform for flexible childcare for mothers, parents, families, and anyone who needs these. So make sure you check them out and see all of the awesome things that they are doing. And the reality is childcare plays a big role in ensuring mothers stay post maternity. Actually affects families, fathers, more than you realize it. My friend Taban, who's also my co-founder with me, a guy, he recently became a father. And, there was some time that he had to take paternity leave flexibly because he works a lot and he owns his own business. But, he had the flexibility with us, at least, to just take some time off. and focus on his child and, becoming a father and making sure that his household is stable and that he's able to, provide for his family and become prepared for fatherhood. So like simple things like this are needed in the workplace. And it's very surprising that some companies don't offer it, which is, it's fine. It is what it is. Not every company has to, offer paternity or maternity leave for its people. Some people still choose, even if they had the option, will still choose to work during um, their paternity or maternity leave, which is, it is what it is. Everyone has their own choices that they can make. But I love that you're saying this, dear LinkedIn user who I cannot see your name, because childcare, this need for work-life balance, this opportunity to just start working online. These are all overlaps that are creating what some are realizing is the great resignation, meaning people are leaving their jobs. And that is what it is. So one of the really awesome statements that was made in this article is another stat that they're always throwing out there for us in these articles, right? Sometimes you don't know where they get them from. So essentially, in 2020, 80% of US workers reported feeling that they have too many things to do and not enough time to do them, a phenomenon known as time poverty. This isn't just in our heads. A 2014 Gallup poll revealed that US workers clocked in an average of 47 hours a week. The average US worker works 47 hours a week, with more than 18% working over 60 hours a week. It would be naive to attribute this statistics to the industrial spirits of the American worker, considering that full-time minimum wage workers cannot afford an apartment in any state in the US without taking on another job. So you have so many people who are managing multiple jobs just to survive and thrive in the United States. Another LinkedIn user, shout out to my LinkedIn users who are coming in droves and showing us support. So many COVID babies, even if it's free childcare right now, it's scary because of COVID. Oh, elaborate on that. Would love to get your thoughts on that. How do you feel as if it is scary right now for companies to whether offer free childcare due to COVID? Let us know. Are you referring to the fact that a lot of parents aren't necessarily confident in taking their children to childcare facilities or even schools? Schools are still, trying to manage COVID in a sense. Talk to us. Dive deep with us. Great comments. Love the conversation. So a lot of COVID babies are happening right now. I know a few of them that happened during the pandemic. It's a real thing. So let's talk a little bit about that. Childcare is so essential because one, if you have a workforce, an aging workforce in which people are starting families, they're getting older, how do you start communicating with them, right? And often when we look at the demographics of the workforce, some people think it's just millennials giving some of these articles that they put out there, but there's actually a really great balance and mix of people in the workforce, not just millennials, but also zillennials. Gen Alpha is already coming into the workforce, as well as baby boomers who are still also working. Even my parents, they are baby boomers themselves. They are still actively working and living their best lives. My dad's a social worker and my mother is a nurse, and she's also starting a home care business, right? So you're seeing this generation of workers in the workforce who are literally living a flexible life. They are choosing not to just do one thing. And tangential to my dad being a social worker, he's also a pastor. He owns a church, right? That's another job. And he does counseling and therapy. So this idea that people are, linear beings and that they only do one thing and one thing only, and because of that, they don't deserve, extra benefits or, added layers of career security, it's withering, it's breaking. And you're seeing it in a lot of how companies, whether it be companies who are in the technology industry or healthcare industry, are trying to find ways to really accommodate, the next generation of the workforce, or even attract new employees, right? What are deep benefits that you can offer, right? And, obviously traditional benefits and human resources, human capital has always been around benefits such as health benefits and maybe perks such as free lunch on Mondays and Thursdays, right? And then, we'll offer you a 401k and all of these things. These are like just core fundamental things. But you kind of have to start asking now. And I've noticed a lot of my friends are asking now, what else can you offer, right? Because those are just the core fundamentals. And even now, if you go into business for yourself, you can offer those things to yourself if you find the right services. So there's a really interesting thing going on right now in the world of work in which, in overlap with the Great Resignation, you're seeing a rise in independent work. Entrepreneurship continues to be the number one step to wealth creation. And we continue to see this idea of the rise in the creator economy, people creating content and choosing that to make a living, which is real. It's authentic. It is what it is, right? What's next is what, I'm often thinking about. And right now, this conversation around the Great Resignation is also overlapping with the metaverse conversation and this idea that a new internet is being built, which it is. But, what will humanity make of it? How will we design what this new internet looks like and what that experience will be? We'll see and find out. But that is what I really wanted to talk with you all today about, Team Guy. Let me know your thoughts on the Great Resignation. Do you know someone in your life that has resigned from a job? Let us know. What were they going through? Why did they choose to resign? Holla at us. With that said, I want to give a quick plug to Team Guy. Thank you so much, Team Guy, for all the love. We recently announced a new partnership with The Fascination, where you can check out their site and you can find our products. You can find Big Black Tea on The Fascination. We're incredibly excited about that because this is a huge partnership given how long we've been in the business and how amazing the platform The Fascination is. The Fascination is a platform and marketplace for people who want to find world-changing brands, whether it be direct to consumer or just global brands that are truly making a difference in the world and are authentic. We're excited about this partnership because it allows us to find more opportunities to serve our members and our community and grow our brand to the juggernaut that it's becoming. So shout out to Team Guide for all of the love. Make sure you shop The Fascination. And we're working on more ways to expand distribution now and into the future, Team Guide. So as always, much love. We also want you to check out guidegroup.com, guidegroup.com, which is our home for all things Guide currently. Check it out. Sign up, join our waitlist as we actively build the future of work with you. And we're building the next generation learning platform. COVID has really made people look at life differently, like what really matters to me, my family, my time, and how do I bring money to myself and my family in a way that I enjoy and that I can possibly take with me if I wish to be a gypsy because of climate change. More people going off grid if possible because of power outages and stuff. Wow, such a powerful thought. This is true. People are choosing that nomadic lifestyle, that gypsy lifestyle, and are going off the grid, as Mr. Kanye West would say, who's an amazing cultural anthropologist. It's so true. People are choosing to move and migrate and, find opportunities beyond just one physical location. It is the lifestyle right now. It is the culture. And shout out to this amazing LinkedIn user. I wish I could see your name so I could show you so much love, who is making this amazing statement. What are your priorities right now? A big part of the Great Resignation is that people are choosing that money matters to a degree, me being able to earn my income and make my money. But what matters more is my freedom, my time freedom, my family, my community, and more importantly, control of my time, which is something that, for me as a technologist, a cultural anthropologist to a degree, I have been sharing and talking about with my community for the last 5 years now. So it's incredible to start seeing that we're seeing a future in which people are focusing on ownership of their time and happiness and are choosing to resign. They're choosing to resign. They're not being forced. They're choosing to resign because they're demanding better. And the great resignation is coming at a very interesting time if we think about it. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. That is the episode for today, Team Guide. Much love to you. Make sure you check out guidegroup.com. Check out guidegroup.com to learn all things guide and follow us in our journey in building the future of work in present day. We continue to build an amazing platform and community. I always love all the love that we see from you all on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We've seen a lot of growth in LinkedIn recently, and we're so grateful for that. We're looking forward to continue growing with you, and more importantly, serving the community in a personal way as, you know, we kind of get through COVID-19. Some haven't, some are still really holding on to it, but we're moving on with our community, and they're telling us, look, let's have some fun, Team Guide, find ways where we can provide in real life experiences to the Team Guide community. And we're working on it. We're definitely working on it now and into the future. With that said, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out our home, guidegroup.com. Check in on your loved ones, check in on your family, and most importantly, as always, live with abundance, love, and community. All right, y'all. Taking you all out on a hype jam. Let me know what you think.
Turn me up. Turn me up. I'm on the way, been pushing bricks on bricks on bricks on bricks in second grade. Money straight so long, baby, you know the flex don't fade. I need a beat, I say, who gon' rock me like she Jade? Little shorty, love me long time, she rock the wave. Racks on premium bread. Packs on stack in the stairs. Shorty love me, how baby, she love the ways it takes. Baby mama told me I'm a one, she love my taste. Little trap mommy's telling me I live like Dre. I told her, nah, baby, that's just Niger DNA. I need a BBT who gon' love me like she Craig. I need a sexy thing who is VA. I need a Texas mommy who let diamonds in her chain. I need a white mommy who sips that cream and cake. I need a trap mommy who gon' tell her I need money, big stacks, baby. M's on my mama, whole squad jump crazy. We don't rock with out cause they move too shady. I'm on the way, yeah. Tell them I need money, big stacks, baby. M's on my mama, whole squad jump crazy. We don't rock with out cause they move too shady. I'm on the way, yeah. Tell them I need money, big stacks, baby. M's on my mama, whole squad jump crazy. We don't rock with out cause they move too shady. I'm on the way, yeah. I'm on the way. Been pushing bricks on bricks on bricks on bricks in second grade. Money stress so long, babe, you know the flex don't fail. I need a beat, I say who gon' rock me like she did. Little shorty, love me long time, she love the way. She said she rock designer, so I gave a little taste. Take the energy from my neck to my chain. She call me a Migo Trio, cause all I do is tag. I need a Cardi B, who gon' give it to me straight. I only trap for digits, baby, that's just how I play. I need a vintage mommy who takes premium grade. No limit on my mind, you don't teach me the way. Come pop it for me, baby, give me a little taste.